I don't mind winter. Honestly, winter is one of my favorite seasons. I actually really like winter. It's just, it annoys me when it gets dark so early. Someone asked me like what camera I use and where it's located. So I switch between cameras. I use a GoPro and I switch between a GoPro and a monoprice action camera. Okay, so the mount is right here, obviously where you guys are right now. It's attached to the dome light because I bought a suction cup. So I attached a suction cup to the dome light, and at first I wasn't sure where it would, like, if it was gonna work, but it's been working really well. Honestly, it was actually really surprising. And it gives me the angle that I want, because I've seen vlogs where the camera was on that side, the camera was on this side. I see one guy that vlogs that has a Subaru. His camera is like right here. I don't know how he does it, but whatever. Certain things I'll never know apparently. So yeah, I don't know how he does that angle, but I tried to figure it out and I couldn't. But anyways, yeah, so I set up the camera there. I start recording, and then I have my lav mic that I use that I have attached to my seatbelt. Connected to my seatbelt, that's plugged into my phone. So I start recording on there, and then I start recording on my phone. I clap real quick so that way I can sync it up later in post. And then there you go, and that's it. So it's not that much more difficult. It's slightly more difficult than just put phone, press record, talk. So I eventually want to grab a mic, a microphone adapter. I don't know if it'll work with the mic that I'm using, because right now I'm using the Rode SmartLab Plus. If not, then I can see if I can buy just a regular lavalier mic and then get the adapter for the GoPro. So that way I don't have to worry about that. Clip the mic onto me, have the GoPro running, but when I press record, it starts recording both. And there you go. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Yay. Yeah. So yeah, so it's November, and that means the holiday season is starting up now, and the holiday frenzy is starting, and Black Friday will be starting soon. It's going to be everyone shopping and all that crazy stuff. And it always makes me think like what I want for Christmas, like what it is that I really want for Christmas. And I have a couple things that I want. I'm just not entirely sure, really. But I'm curious, what do you guys want for Christmas? What's like your ultimate Christmas gift? That's what I want to know. Like right now, for this year, what's your ultimate Christmas gift? That's what I want. In the comments below, write down your ultimate Christmas gift for this year. Because I know every year Christmas gifts change. So right now, for this year, what is your ultimate Christmas gift? For me, my ultimate Christmas gift would be just enough money to be able to modify my car to get to where I want. I was talking about it at work, actually, where I want my car to be at, like when it comes to modifications. And honestly, like I want to eventually get this car to at least be around 500 horsepower to the wheels. That's what I want. That's what I really, really, really want. I want this car at least to be 500 horsepower. Because I know that it can happen. I know for a fact it can happen. For the longest time, I don't know if you guys knew this, not only did I want a WRX, but I also wanted an SRT4. The Dodge Neon SRT4. I wanted that car so bad. Now I know what you're wondering, an SRT4. Why in God's name would you want an SRT4, a Neon SRT4? And I wanted it because of the fact that it was, yes, just a neon. It was basically, so for those of you that don't know, the SRT4 was like the first, like, no, it wasn't the first, I'm sorry. But other than the Dodge Viper SRT, it was like I could be wrong, but it was one of the first SRT cars that wasn't a Viper. And then that spawned, you know, all the other SRTs. So this thing, it was a front-wheel drive car, 224 horsepower, turbocharged 2.4 liter, 5-speed manual, and it was ugly as shit, but it was so loud, so very, very loud. It had the exhaust had resonators in it that made it louder than it actually was, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It had a boost gauge and everything, and it was cheap. You know, you could have gotten that car straight off the lot for like $23,000. You know, and at that point in time, you know, it was just as fast as a WRX was. You know, it was a little slower because it was all-wheel drive, but you know, it was just as fast as a WRX. And that was crazy, especially for a front-wheel drive car. You know, because a WRX at that time, it was, you know, it was a 2-liter turbo with 230-ish horsepower, something like that. But it was close. And they both had 5-speed manual transmissions. And the thing, I thought the thing looked mean as hell, and I loved it. And I wanted that car so bad. Like, I would have been happy with either one, either a WRX or an SRT4 at that time. And I saw a video online of a guy with an SRT4, and he said he you know, like, it was a shop SRT4. It was like the SRT4 of a shop, and they put 770 horsepower into this SRT4, and it was fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So this SRT4, it looked completely stock. Okay, it didn't have any carbon fiber on it, didn't have any like expensive wings. Body was stock. Rims, it had different rims, it had different brakes, but it looked completely stock. And that's always been my favorite thing. Like, having a car look stock, but just be fast as shit. Or making a sleeper, you know? So, like, if I ever had that car, if I ever got that car, what would I have done to it? I would have taken the wing off, because they had a wing in the back, right? It was this round, you know, spoiler thing. Taking that off, put maybe just like a little trunk lip on in the back, and then just left the whole thing looking stock, and then just put all the money into the engine, you know? And like, I just would have loved to have that, and like pull up next to someone in, like, you know, like a muscle car or a sports car or whatever, and have them look at my car like, oh, you got a neon, like, ugh, whatever, you know, and then the light turns green, and then the next thing you know, like, they're 3 car lengths behind me, and I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. Like, I wanted that car because it was so ugly, because it was just so inconspicuous. Like, if you took the wing off of that thing, like, no one would have known that it was an SRT4. No one, you know. And that's what people did. A lot of people did the same thing. They would take the wing off of it, remove the SRT4 badges, make it look like just a regular neon, and that's it. No one would be the wiser. Everyone would just think it's just a regular neon. And that's what I wanted. Oh, so badly. I wanted that so bad. But yeah, I wanted it because it was ugly. It was ugly, but it had potential, and that was the thing that made me want it so badly. So, along with the other question I asked you before, I want you guys to also answer in the comments below. What's one car that you guys like that the majority of people do not like? So for me, it's the Sentra, not the Sentra. Wow, it's the Neon, the SRT4 Neon. That's my, like, a guilty pleasure of a car, because I love that car. It was so ugly. It was just so brutish. you know, whatever. And then after that, they released the Caliber, and the Caliber sucked dick. I actually got to be in a Caliber SRT4. That thing was terrible. So...